Tiffany is a Taiwanese female undergraduate student successful self-guided behavioral therapeutic journey during her junior high school years. In an intention, I will cover the introduction and literature review. First, background. Adolescents face increasing academic stress and perfectionism, leading to emotional issues such as anxiety and self-harming behaviors. Because of this, the motivation is clear. Self-guided behavioral therapy is low cost and accessible, but still under research in teenagers' academic stress. Therefore, our purpose was to explore a Taiwanese female college student's successful self-guided behavioral therapeutic journey during her junior high school years. From this, our research question is, how did self-guided behavioral therapy facilitate emotional regulation and help reduce self-harming behaviors in the students struggling with perfectionism and self-harming behaviors and academic pressure? And this is the function of behavioral therapy. And in our case study, self-guided behavioral therapy is defined as a process in which emotions-stricken individuals employ reading to relieve their emotional difficulties. And now Shara will introduce our cast, Tiffany.
Hello everyone, I'm Shoya, and now let me introduce Tiffany. Tiffany is a Taiwanese female university student who set high expectations for herself, and during her junior high years, she struggled with low grades and a negative self-image, which led her academic journal challenging. And she experienced emotional distress that led to self-harm, and during that time, she refused counseling and isolated herself. Later, she found comfort and healing through reading psychology and philosophy books, and now she believes in living an ordinary but happy life. And this is our data collection. Next, let's take a look at our SPRING model. The SPRING model shows how a hardship leads to emotional and behavioral responses, and how an intervention helps develop positive thinking and good outcomes. In what stage we have S, life story, P, perception, which lead to R, emotional and behavioral results. I, disputing intervention, develop to N, new cognition, and achieve G, good emotions and behaviors. This model embodies the core concept of behavioral therapy. Behavioral therapy helps individuals overcome emotional loss, regain hope, and move forward. With hope, people can resist negative thoughts, adapt better, and grow. And the SPRING model shows behavioral therapy as an effective tool for adjustment and recovery. And let's go to our first stage, life story. In junior high, Tiffany's grades dropped, and she became self-conscious for her academics and appearance. Family pressure and frequent arguments added psychological stress. She began self-harming in secret, but still prioritized her grades. And this is our coping strategy. And next stage, P, perception. Tiffany feared that her declining grades would affect how others saw her. And meeting with teacher over poor score made her anxious, and she worried classmates would judge her. Next, Yuzhong will take us through the rest of SPRING model.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yuzhong, and now I'm going to continue sharing Tiffany's story, which shows how reading changed her life. And our stage is about the emotional and behavioral result. Tiffany fell down, analyzed, and even harmed herself after she failed the exam. She lived in constant fear of judgment. But things changed after she discovered reading. At the I stage, the books like I Decide Who I Am, 我决定我是谁, and The Courage to Be Disliked, 被讨厌的勇气, inspired her to accept herself. Next is the N stage. It's a new cognition. At school, she often read during breaks and reflected on meaningful quotes. This would help her to rebuild her confidence. And in another book, this idea encouraged her to live in present. The last stage is the G stage. It's about good emotions and behavior. Through reading, Tiffany understood the roots of her negative emotions. She learned to express herself and find peace. Her self-harm nearly stops, and her grades improved, and her friends were truly happy for her. Next, let's welcome Zhiding to make a conclusion.
Thank you, Yuzhong. Good afternoon, I'm Zhiding, and now I will make a conclusion of our study. First, this study shows that self-guided behavioral therapy helps the student manage stress and perfectionism. It reduced emotional distress and lowers the risk of self-harm, and overall it supports emotional healing and personal growth. In education, bibliotherapy can help teachers and counselors support students' mental health. It also shows value in both real reading experiences and digital formats. However, this was only one case, so the results cannot be generalized. It's focused on certain effects without long-term data. Therefore, future research should compare bibliotherapy with other methods and explore new tools such as AI-assisted apps. As a suggestion, if someone faces similar struggles as Tiffany, we recommend these 3 books. They are I Decide Who I Am, The Courage to Be Disliked, and One Life Coming to You. Finally, our research has been accepted by an international journal. This shows that our study has been recognized. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.